Okay, now that our oven is preheated to 400 degrees, I take a fork and I put some holes in the bottom of the crust before we bake it and in the sides. This will help the crust not to rise and be all bubbly when you take it out of the oven. So we'll put it in the center of the oven on the rack, and we're gonna time it for 15 minutes. Now while that is baking, we're going to put together our filling. In a pot, a medium-sized pot, you take a cup of sugar and 3 tablespoons of cornstarch. Add that to your pot. Always put the sugar in the cornstarch first, because a lot of times the cornstarch will have lumps and the sugar will help break up the lumps. So you mix these two together in the pot until all of your lumps are out of the cornstarch. Then we add 3 tablespoons of jello, strawberry jello. So this is 3 tablespoons of strawberry jello. Then you add 2/3 cup of water. And you can use fresh strawberries, you can use frozen strawberries, or you can buy them already frozen in a bag. This is a 10-ounce bag of frozen sliced strawberries. Nothing added, it's just strawberries. So you just dump your strawberries in your pot. And mix it in with the other ingredients. Now we're going to put it on the stove. Okay, we have our strawberry mixture on the stove in the pot. And we're gonna put it on medium heat. About like that. And we're gonna cook it for about 5 minutes until it starts bubbling. It may take a little longer because my strawberries were frozen, but you cook it all together until it starts bubbling and it'll get thick. And if you notice the red is kind of creamy color, it'll get translucent. Okay, now that our pie crust is ready, we're gonna take it out of the oven. And you can see that it didn't bubble up at all. It does have some cracks, and if you prefer to make your own pie crust, you can do that also. But I'd rather just purchase them from the store. I made a strawberry pie the other day for company, and there wasn't anything left. And it wasn't that we were a whole lot of people. We had a pecan pie, we had a pumpkin pie, and we had a strawberry pie, and for the strawberry pie was the hit. This right here is an 8-ounce package of cream cheese. And we're gonna take almost the whole package and put it in the bowl, which is about 6 ounces. And we'll leave 2 ounces in the pack for something different to make. Now we're gonna take 1/4 of a cup of sugar and we're gonna add it to our cream cheese. This is a recipe that I got from an old neighbor, sorta, kinda, that I tweaked, that I just kinda added my own to it. Hers didn't have the cream cheese in the bottom, but my family really loves the cream cheese. And I'm gonna get a spoon. You try to get the cream cheese at room temperature mix the sugar in. I mean, it's close enough. I just needed something a little harder than the spatula. And you mix it in thoroughly. It'll give that cream cheese a little flavor. And while we're doing this, I turn the strawberry filling on low. And I'm going to turn the oven off. We'll check on the strawberry fill. It's coming along nicely. But I have it on low while I prepare my cream cheese filling. Now we have our cream cheese and sugar blended together nicely. We're going to take it and we're going to put it in the bottom of our pie crust. I mean, as evenly as you can. This is a Pampered Chef spatula, which I like to use because, I mean, you can get all of the filling, cream cheese, out of the bowl or the pot, and they work nicely. So our crust is ready for our pie filling. So now we're gonna go to the stove and here's our pie filling, and it's almost done. It's getting there. It's changing colors. It's not as pink as it was, but we're still waiting for it to ball. Once it starts bubbling or balling, then it'll be ready. Very simple, very easy, but very delicious. You can see the steam at the top of the strawberries, that it's starting to cook and it's just about ready to boil. There it goes, bubbling a little bit, so we're gonna let it bubble for about 30 seconds. Make sure it's cooked evenly. Mix it real well. And it's bubbling again. Right now I'm gonna turn the fire off. One good thing about gas stoves, when you turn the knob, the fire goes away. I'm gonna bring the pie crust over here with our cream cheese filling. And now what you do is you take your filling and you pour it right over the top of your cream cheese. And the deep dish pie crust works better with the cream cheese in it. Gives you a little bit more room. Now we're gonna let it cool room temperature. Till it quits smoking. Then we're gonna stick it in the refrigerator, and this will be a dessert for tomorrow.